Yo, what's good with y'all, man? What's going on? What's going on? Feel like I don't have any volume there, but hey. All right, man. So today, man, we want to check out something a new drum sampler. Today it's called Speedrum. I came across it, I read about it in a magazine article. You can say an online magazine article, and I thought it was pretty dope for us, saying what it does and how it act and react and everything like that. So we're gonna take a look at it and see what it does. You know what I'm saying? Will it replace my drum rack in Able to Live? I'm not exactly sure. Don't want it to be or whatnot, but I'm gonna take a look at it today. For some reason my audio is going out. All right, there we go. But anyway, man, we're gonna take a look at it. It's called Speedrum. We're gonna go ahead and pull up Able to Live right now and take a look at it. And this particular drum sampler, while I'm getting Able to Live pull up, is a pretty cool drum sampler. And I say it's pretty good because it's an all-in-one solution. It gives you a browser. You have your pads, of course, and you have effects built in right there on the VST, so you don't have to necessarily worry about, saying having to grab different VSTs and put it in there. Some of the basic stuff that you use in a, want to say, in a drum sampler is present in this drum VST. So we're definitely gonna check that out, man. So let's go ahead and try to see if we can share our screen there, buddy. And we're gonna get started right here today. All right, cool deal, man. So this is the screen right here. Right now, we're in Ableton Live. Now, I already put this on my drum default because that's how much I like it. Excuse me, not my drum default, my live set default. Okay, that's how much I really like this instrument right here, man. I think it's dope as hell. All right, and just make sure it's a couple of these things right. All right, my microphone is not there today. All right, so this is the instrument right here, man. Speed drum. It looks very vague. Yeah, it looks pretty boring. But some of the boring stuff is some of the good stuff that they have to offer. And we'll break down, saying everything about this particular drum VST and all of what it does and whatnot, man. You can see right here the layout is pretty sweet. Or whatnot. You have your pads over here. You have all your effects lined up right here. And then you have your sample view right here at the bottom as well. So you could definitely take a look at what it is that you need to do. Okay. Um, and the way you get to your drum samples is this little folder right here. Okay. When you hit this little folder, you'll see your drum sampler for us, where your drums at on your drives or whatnot. You have a little setting tool right here where you can go and change the size. Saying how the default for as layers is concerned and all the other impertinent stuff that you will find mostly with a drum VST. Okay. But saying this is made by Aposonic Labs. Okay. Aposonic Labs, API Sonic Labs and stuff like that. Speed drum. You can definitely check them out. You have an area right here with these three horizontal lines. And you can create a new drum kit, load up a new drum kit, import a drum kit that you saved for yourself. You can save a drum kit as, save the drum kit with the samples built into them. You can set outputs. This is a really good plus that I like this drum kit, and I will get to that later. You also have a size that you can deal with, and also you can download the user guide, updates, and all of that jazz right there. All right, cool deal, man. So first thing you want to do when you're messing with this particular drum kit is go to your drum sounds and everything like that. But before we do that, man, what I want to do is go ahead and just get a nice little melody loop in here so we can just make a drum track off of it. This is not a full-fledged live stream and everything like that. I just want to showcase this new instrument. I think it's pretty dope, and I want my viewership to check it out. So I'm just gonna type in a melody loop. Let's find somewhere we could put some drums on top of that. All right. And let's see here. Let's see right here. Soul surplus retro wave. All right, cool deal. And melodic loop. All right. And we have this retro wave right here. We're gonna check this out. As soon as my hard drive want to wake up. All right, there we go. I don't think that's not what I'm feeling right now. So we're gonna find something else. All right, we got some guitars. All right, we got this other one, Creeper sample pack. Kind of like that one, but so let me go pull up Studio VST. We may find some in there, but we got hell of a loops in the library, man. I'm not too much worried about it. I'm just trying to find something to really get the groove right. To start up this video, or whatnot. Ooh. Just something simple like that right there. Always just keep something simple. I don't want to hold you guys too long. All right, so always just drag this one sample in here. Get the metronome. You hear the metronome is doing with this thing. All right, cool deal. So you got Spectrum, right? Oh, excuse me, Speedrum. All right, and once you pull a Speedrum, you can set your own directory. So, in this particular browser, you have different, directories that you can set. You can have up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 different directories. Okay, I have 2 of them where I have drums and loops. Uh, House that on my hard drive, and I have those set right here on 1 and also 2. Okay, so you can see I go from one hard drive folder to another hard drive folder over here, and then you have these subfolders as well. So let's go to this drum folder I have called Trappish type drums. Okay, and as you see in this folder, I have all kind of drum kits or whatnot. Okay, so if I wanted to go here, all I do is to expand those folders, hit the plus button, and you know how that goes when you're looking for drum sounds or whatnot. All right, and you can audition these sounds right here in the drum browser, which is I think is a pretty cool feat right now on that such, and you can even use your arrow on your keyboard. All right. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think this may be the audition. Yeah, this is the audition volume. So if you want to adjust the audition volume, you can. You can turn it off and you don't hear anything. So yeah, this is the audition volume right here. And you could enable the sound on or off. All right. All right. And so what we're gonna do now is play that loop again. All right, I think I like that right there. So we'll just drag this, let's say, on pad 16, okay? All right, and let's go here. And let's get our... Uh-oh. I think our MIDI keyboard is not linked up here. Let's get this bad boy. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. There it is. All right, you can see. All right. And so this little folder, you can hide it in and out, because if you keep this little folder up, it'll hide the different effects that you have. All right, so we got a clap. I think this is a good drum sample to kind of go and, you know what I'm saying, check out the clap sound or whatnot. So you have this clap, right? And now we have a filter on here. So if you wanted to add a filter on this clap, you can. And you got several different filter types. You can do an analog low pass at a 12 octave, 24 octave, band pass, high pass with, you know what I'm saying, these two different octaves at 12 and 24 dB octaves, okay? And then you have a ladder with the same situation. So it's just whatever tickles your fancy. And with these different filters, you have a drive section, which is, I think, is pretty cool. All right, cool deal, man. So that's a filter right there. We're not going to use that though. You have a distortion section. All right, so we got it right now on 7 bits. And when we make these adjustments on the parameters, you'll see the value right here next to this new drum kit patch display right here, okay? And you can hear that 7-bit distortion, but we have it at a sample rate right now that is off. So if we would degrade that sample rate down just a little bit, you see what I'm saying? You can change the shape of the distortion, how soft that distortion you want, or how hard. But I like what it's doing to that sound. Make it dirty. All right, cool deal. Now we have a compressor, which is a pretty neat tool. Sometimes drums just really don't need compression, but when you do need a compressor, you don't really need nothing fancy like a UAD 1176. Unless that's something that you want to use, you can, but you really don't need it. So if we was to add some compression, first the ratio is set to 1:1. Okay, so you have to adjust your ratio. Let's say you wanted to do it goes from 4 and it jumps all the way up to 10, then 20. So it goes from 20, 10, 4, 3, 2, and 1.5, and 1. So I'm assuming, you know what I'm saying, it has some of this 1176 vibes when it comes to choosing these big jumps on ratios or whatnot. I can't confirm that for you guys. Don't know what type of compressor it is. I read the manual. It didn't specify what kind of compressor it is. It's just a compressor. But you can, you know, you got a ratio knob, you got a makeup gain, you have attack and release times as well. So if we was to adjust that threshold, we're smacking that compressor and we're kind of 3/4 of a way from it being on the bad side of thresholding. Yeah, we smack. Like, we don't have no dynamics anymore. But a nice compressed sound would be something like that. All right, and take it off. Make up the gain. All right, adjust your attack down. And release. A little bit slower. I mean, a little bit faster. Yeah, just about right. So now you can see the gain reduction meter. Now there's no values as far as how much gain reduction you're doing, because I think their whole motto when it comes to compression is for you to hear the compression and give it your own unique sound. That's a nice thick clap sound right there. Now the other effect that they have on here I think is pretty dope is the transient right here. So you have a transient designer built in. You have a simple attack, sustain, and makeup gain, and then a clip function just in case your signal's a little hot. So right now, if we was to turn the transient off, you'll see on the meter that we're not in the red yet. we still have about 3 dB of gain hit room. Okay. So we was turning the Transient Designer on. We put that attack on just a little bit. You hear more smack in that clap. See how soft that is? We got a compressor going on, so it's going to make that dynamic soft. But if you need to bring back a little bit of smack on your clap, just bring back a little bit of that attack on the transient. Now, what that does is artificially it adds an attack on that particular drum sound. That way you can get a compressed sound and still make up your gain, make up your dynamics for us. This a smack on the clap or whatnot using this Transient Designer. And then you can make up the gain just a little bit. And then you got a clip on here. Now you'll notice on this master fader or even on the channel fader itself, notice when we started before the Transient Designer, it was at -3, right? Now we added that Transient Designer, added a little bit of makeup gain. Check this out. We're now sitting 0.6 dB over the full scale metering here. Okay, so we're clipping technically. All right, and if we put the clip on, you'll notice that we won't be in the red anymore. Let's check it out. Yes. So right now it's clipping and maxing out right there. You know what I'm saying? The ceiling of this particular clipper, which ain't nothing but a glorified limiter, is hitting and stopping everything at -0.1. Okay. So it has a -0.1 ceiling on this clipper. That way you can get the maximum sound you possibly can without touching 0. All right, cool deal. See that? Clip, turn it back on, protection. That's what that is right there, okay? All right, cool deal. Now we have a velocity section right here. Don't know what that does, so let's see what that is right now. All right, so we can pitch up, or we can utilize the velocity. I think this velocity it affects different things as far as your volume, and then also your filter cut and also your pitch. So you can get fluctuations by how hard you hit your keys and whatnot. But I know this pad on this particular keyboard, it always hit at 127, top notch. No humanized feeling in that as well. All right, cool deal. Now we have a humanization section where you can get random velocities. All right, and also you can humanize the velocity, the pitch. You can hear that pitch kind of fluctuate a little bit right there. All right, and time. Let's see. And this is a short wave file right here, so we probably won't hear the time, but you'll have a humanized time for us. Boom, 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 boom type of situation right there. And also pan, so you can get a humanized. Every time you strike this sound, you'll notice that the pan left and right goes in your ear. Let's go and bring that up to about let's see here, about a third of a way. You'll notice how it kind of goes left, right, left, right, left, right type of situation right there, man. So that's a pretty cool feature they have in that as well. And you also have your normal drum sampler stuff like the volume envelope section and also the pitch envelope section. All right, cool deal. Moving on. For this particular sample, all right, you'll notice that we got a volume, pan, and pitch. Okay, now you might be thinking like, is this just for this right here? I don't know. Let's load up another drum sound, man. So we got that clap, right? Let's find a kick. All right, we're gonna hit play. We're gonna find a kick that we like with this loop. All right, cool deal. We're gonna drag that kick right here. Yeah. I like that right there, man. So you'll notice that kick is pretty fly right there. All right, so if we was to turn down, raise that volume up on that kick a little bit, you'll notice that the volume is gone, right? So at this bottom right here, if you see this white outline on the pad, you have full range to adjust the retrigger, mute, and solo this one pad. You can change the output on this one pad, this kick. Okay, let me bring that volume back up for a second. All right, double click and then bring it back to its default setting on all parameters, by the way. All right, double click brings back the parameters at default. All right, so on this kick, we got everything going out on output 1. If I hit the clap, you'll notice that output 1 as well. Let's say, for instance, you wanted to do multi-track recording with this one particular VST. What that allow you to do is you can take output 1 on the kick, okay, and then you can go ahead and change the clap to output 2. And now when you multi-track, you just set up 16 different audio tracks and choose the input from this particular VST right here. And it may say something like, I haven't did that test yet, you know what I'm saying, by the way. But it may give you the ability to choose speed drum output 1, speed out 2, speed out 3, and so forth and so on and stuff like that. So that's what I really like about this instrument, that you have multi output capabilities on each of the pads. So it makes tracking out a little bit easier. Okay. Now we got that. You'll notice if I change the output 2, you won't hear it anymore because by default, this entire instrument is output 1. Okay. So we changed it to output 2. Okay. You don't hear that clap anymore. Put it back on 1. You hear that right there. Okay. We mute the clap. You notice you don't hear the clap, but you can see it doing. You got a little red indicator. All right. You hit solo. You'll notice that there's a yellow indicator right here, and everything else in the 16 pads is red. Okay. All right, cool deal. So that was the 4 boxes right there. Of course, we already discussed the clap. Loud, you know what I'm saying? We can go pan all the way left, all the way right, you know what I'm saying? On that one pad. Last but not least is the pitch. Okay, so you can change the pitch. You need to pitch it up and pitch it up or down. Okay, and this is really kind of like by octave pitch. So you know what I'm saying, when you're transposing, you have different octaves, so it's going down per octave, not semi-octave. So I just want to let you guys know that it's octave pitch. Okay. And then you have these things where it can does this cut off. So let's say, for instance, you're playing 2 pads at one time, but you want the left pad to cut off when the right pad is playing. You have the ability to choose that as well. You also have these different triggers that you could choose as well. And cut by, again, you could give it 2 different options, not 1, but 2. So, or excuse me, I'm so sorry. So you could cut it by, let's say, we're gonna do we're gonna change this one to cut 1, and then we'll take the kick and do cut 2. So you'll notice it probably won't work because I have to have 2 hi-hats, but one pad could tell the other one to stop and the other one to let the other one go. Basically, that's what that is right there, man. All right, cool deal. I have to have the 2 of the same instruments or whatnot. And last but not least, you can choose these simple colors right here. So now the kick is green, the clap can be let's say red. So now you can color coordinate. You understand what I'm saying? So we know our clap is in red, kicks in green. You can have 4 kicks and you can you know, saying color them all green. Now, can you rename this particular pad? I'm not exactly sure if you can or not. Let's right click on the pad. Anytime you right click on something, you always find something brand new. So we're going to right click on that pad and you can add a sample from there. You can reset the pad. You can even rename the pad, customize. So that's pretty good. You can copy this pad. So everything that you made changes on this pad, you can go ahead. You got that kick right there. Cool. Copy it. And then you can go here and paste it. Boom. Now you got 2 kicks. I'm loving this, man. And this whole VST haven't flinched not one bit. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and hit Control Z and see if it'll take it off. No, it hasn't. So I have to manually cut this pad or delete that off of there so you don't have a duplicate that you made a mistake on by copying that, which is pretty goddamn cool. All right. And of course you got voice mode for its trigger, playback, one shot, or you can do note on. So anytime you press on that pad, it'll just keep it going if this was like a hi-hat loop. But for right now, it's set on one shot. Again, we got those cut groups and cut by groups and triggers and everything like that. So basically what you saw right up in here is on the right click as well. So they give you not one, but two different options to make changes for as it is concerned on the pads. Okay. And I'm really, 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 really loving that, man. Right there, man. They're giving you so many different options that you can choose from. Okay. Now, let's see where we at right now. Okay, cool. So we went over this section right here underneath all the pads, and that is pertaining to each pad. So you got, all right, hit play. All right, cool deal. So we got that right there. Now, the last section we want to talk about is the layer section. Okay, now you got your setup right here, man. You can go and you have the ability to not have 16 pads, but now you can expand this at 32 pads. So it has the ability to have 32 pads. Okay, and you can make that change. But for right now, we're just gonna stay on 16. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people they want to chop up the, one sample. Now this is really good if you want to chop up one sample. Let's say you drag one sample excuse me, like a percussion loop, and you put it on A5, okay? And then you can copy that A5 sample loop and you can just cut like here and go there or whatnot. And we'll play around with that just a little bit, just to run through the paces of this particular VST. All right, so we got this clap, right? All right, cool deal. You can make the adjustment on the sample, the layer, okay, right now. Now you can add a layer and you can have multiple layers on here. So let's say, for instance, I got this clap, right? I bet. I want to add a layer. You see where it says, I thought I saw it on here. I thought I saw it. I thought I saw it. But I guess I lie. Let's see here. We're going to go back here. All right. Let's say we wanted to add that as a layer. I guess I can drag it on top. Let's see. We do. I think we just figured out Blue's Clues here now. All right. So we added another drum sound on top of the same pad. You will notice these two red dots right here, okay? Or these little rectangles right here, okay? That represents two layers, two sounds, two wave sounds as a layer. Shout out to that one viewer, man. Drop a comment. Appreciate you for tuning in. We're just checking out this new drum sampler right here, man. Pretty fucking dope, and I think this is gonna be my go-to. It's already saved on my default template, so you already know it's for real, for real. All right, cool. So we got this clap. We did this that sound, and the original sound that we had on the clap was this one. So I added this one. All right, and you can see again, two rectangles equals two sounds on one pad. That's a two sound layer. And then the layer section, which is all of this in black. Now, yeah, we're going to take this browser off. So remember, you won't be able to see your effects. So if you're not doing any effects and you already have your effects established and you're in layer mode, you can keep this browser open. Just hit that folder on off. Your browser comes on, your browser goes off. Loving this. I'm loving this. All right, cool deal. So you got your layer, right? All right, you got the clap. You won't hear that other one, right? Because the other one is, the first one is overpowering it. So if I'm clicking with the left click on my mouse on 2. All right, and I'm gonna go back to 1. You'll notice it'll change, but you can hear it faintly, the layer, but this one sounded so goddamn loud. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna turn that down. Yeah, you can turn that down. See how all these parameters over here, you have a volume, pan, excuse me, I'm sorry, this incense getting all in my motherfucking throat. Got me motherfucking, you feel me? Anyway, so this one sound, Right there, it's loud as hell. If we want to turn that volume down, now you can hear that other layer that we have. Blend the two, and now you can get a good clap layer or a snare layer or a kick layer or a percussion layer, however you want to layer this motherfucker up. All right, so we got that, right? So let's say, for instance, you hear that sound right there? What if I wanted to put a filter on that, like a simple filter, take out some of the lows, take out some of the highs or whatnot. Okay, now let's do that. So let's go here. We're gonna turn that one sound down. We're gonna focus on this one. All right, I want to put a low pass filter on there. Oh, you see that? We can even offset this. So offsetting it is gonna take the sample start time and just move it back a little bit. Appreciate you, big homie. Cam the Kid. Shout out to you, big homie. Let me turn this damn thing down. All right, shout out to you for tuning in. So that offset is kind of gonna bring that sample and delay it a little bit for us when you hit it on the pad. So I'm hitting the pad. It's like a few tenths of a second off. So offsetting, that's what that is. Pitch envelope, it's basically it'll change the pitch. I ain't gonna explain it, man. I'm not. It's kind of complicated, but I never saw a YouTube video where somebody explained the pitch envelope, so we're gonna leave it right there. All right, cool deal, man. So but you do have an actual pitch knob that you can do. So you hear that pitch, you can bring it down, or you can bring it up. All right, so you got that right there, right? You want to go back to that first sound that we added in? Just click the one, bring the volume back up. See how overpowering that first sound is? So we're going to bring that volume down. We want a good blend, right? Because I'm going to show y'all a trick later. That's a good blend. We barely got any volume. We barely got volume on the first sound, which is that right there. So we got a little mixture, right? So that first sound, I want to put a high pass filter on that bad boy. Oh, you see how that cleaned up a little bit? All right, cool deal. Now, you got the layer sounding the way you want. You know what I'm saying? You got 2, 3, 4 sounds on this. I wonder how much and how many you can layer on here. Looking like you can do about 8 of them. Y'all read the manual. It'll let you know. I want to tell y'all, I want to go read the manual so bad, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is a hard, this is my first time actually fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? I just bought it like not too long ago. So, but I watched one video on it and I thought it was pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? Which is on the website. All right. So, all right. You hear that? I bet. Now, if you want to turn up the overall volume of your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, or your 5 or 6 layers, you have to do it right here. So you got to make sure that this pad is selected up here, and then you can control your volume, your pan, and your pitch for all X amount of layers that you have on this one pad, and which is some pretty powerful shit. Play it with the melody. See what I'm saying? So you have full control of the pad in this gray section, but in the black section, you have full control of the sample itself. Now, we looked at the parameters on here, okay? And what we're going to do, we're going to see how can we delete this layer. So let's say you want to go back to one sound on the pad and not have 2, 3, 4, 5, and etc. So we're gonna right click on this 2 and see what happens. Nothing. Let's see what these horizontal lines. So anytime you see horizontal lines in 3 or dots vertically in 3, it's a clue. Let's figure out Blue's Clues. Yeah. Yeah. So whatever's highlighted, right now we have one. We want to keep one. We're gonna go to two. We're gonna hit those horizontal lines and we're gonna delete. Voila. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's how you right there delete a layer, you know what I'm saying? Highlight the layer that you want in the black section, and then you hit that and you can delete it, you can duplicate it, you can normalize it, you can reverse it, back it up, and you know what I'm saying? Like Missy said, I don't know what the fuck she said, but yeah, you can do that. So you got that clap. So if I wanted to reverse it, you'll see the reverse. So it starts way back here and boom. Let's say, for instance, you have it reversed, but you want to start it a little shorter. Not a problem. They make this real simple on the sample editor. That's all this is. This is a layer sample editor. Take your start marker, bring it up here. You hear the reverse sound. If you want to wait, what that is, 0.3 of a second. But if you want to be a little bit impatient like me, oh, you want a shorter? Oh, you want a shorter? Oh, you want to make that clap sound like a hi-hat. You know what I'm saying? Pretty goddamn cool. I am loving this VST instrument right here. I was sleeping. I was like, it looked like some bullshit. But when I watched the video and the power that it had in it, this is something Drum Rack can't do to a certain extent. It can do with the power of Simpler, but Simpler, it's kind of like, it's not really laid out. But, you know what I'm saying? What I'm liking about this is you can do sound layering on one pad, do all of this stuff that you can with the layering, excuse me, with the editor, with the layers, and custom make your volume, your pan, your pitch, low pass, and high pass filters, which is a plus. And you can offset the sound. So this is like an all-around good tool for one shots and loops and stuff like that, man. So I'm really, 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 really loving this. Now I know you got a arrow here left and right, so you can load up the next sample or go to a previous sample. Let's see here. Oh, so that's another plus. So let's talk about it. All right, so it remembers where your sample is. So we got this clap folder, okay? And we were on number 14, but when we hit that arrow button there, it goes to the next sample. I like that because sometimes you just don't want to open up the folder, go look or whatnot. If you know what's in that folder, you just hit the arrow left and right and it will upload the sound for you or load the sound for you. Excuse me. I'm loving that. And you even got a dice thing where it kind of rolls the dice and randomly pick a clap for you. I'm loving that as well, man. That is a fucking fire ass feature, man. I'm digging that right there, man. So we got this clap right here, right? You feel me? All right. We can, you know what I'm saying, do a little sample edit. So if we need a short clap, let's bring that volume up. Now, what I like another thing is when I'm playing it, you know how when most drum racks or drum samplers, when you press a pad, it'll go automatically to that pad. I hate that shit because when you're playing it, you're trying to get a groove, but then you want to make an edit to it or whatnot. That's what I'm liking about this right here, man. You can go ahead and make all the changes you want on this one layer while the music is playing. So let's say, for instance, you want to turn that volume up. You'll notice that we playing the kick and it doesn't move to the kick. You have to manually select the kick and then boom, there goes the kick right there, man. So that's a fire feature, man. All right, so we got that right there. Now, we notice we ain't recorded the drums yet because we're setting up a drum kit right now, man. We're just going to set up a little drum kit. Now, what I want to do is, I think everything is self-explanatory as far as loading up a sound. You can go here, hit the actual VST browser area. This is a plus for me. a lot of times what I have to do, I have to have, say for instance, we're gonna pretend this is Drum Rack from Ableton Live instrument. I have to go into the Ableton's Live browser and browse that way. When you're looking at these little letters over here, Ableton Live browser, I think it needs to update. I mean, damn, for the last freaking, I don't know how many versions, we've been looking at the same motherfucking browser. You know what I'm saying? And it gets a little daunting. It gets a little a little tiresome or whatnot. But you have a browser built in, and what this browser to me tells me that you can keep the juices flowing without actually going over here and stopping your workflow. You can keep your workflow going without having to go here, move this over to the left, click, 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 drag it over here. Oh, it don't work. It don't drag. It's not loading up. Nah, everything is right here, compact, built into one view just to keep your workflow going. And I like that right there, man. So the next thing we're gonna look at is trying to find like a loop, some type of hi-hat loop. Let me see if I can find something to that nature in this drum folder that we have open. Oh, snap it. Oh, where you went, buddy? All right, there you go. Let's find a yeah. I must have dropped out of that. Why? I forgot where the fuck I was, to be honest with you. Uh, I was in Trappish. Let's see here. So it doesn't remember where you were at, okay, but I do know where I was. I was in this right here. I know for a fact this folder does not have any loops. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this hat loops. I'm sorry, and I know this is hi-hat loops. All right, and we're gonna find something that. All right, I think that's a good example. See how those. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for instance, all right, you wanted to fuck with that, right? Let's drag that over into that. All right, drag and drop. Now you see the loop right here. Okay, this is where this thing comes powerful as a drum sampler. Now all we have to do is hide this. Okay, and let's say, for instance, let's press one of the pads. Right. So if you hit stop in Ableton Live, it'll stop the sound, but it'll keep on going. Now, if we right click, we have a retrigger and we have a poly. Okay. Now let's put it on poly and see what happens. Oh, excuse me. Let's do this. Let's put this on note on. And you'll notice. So the note on is kind of like a gate function. You have to press. Again, you have to press and hold. Let me say that again. You have to press and hold the pad in order to play the whole loop. Okay, so let's run that back over because this is going to be really, really good key feature for loops. Okay, so we got a hi-hat loop, right? Let's say, for instance, I want to select a certain part in this hi-hat loop. Okay, all I got to do is adjust the start sample time and we can zoom in. So I'm just using the scroll wheel on my mouse to zoom in and out. See that? Okay, cool deal. So we're going to zoom in right here, right? And let's do this right there. All right. I'm going to zoom in some more. Oh, you want to get down and dirty? Oh, yeah. Let's zoom in some more. Let's zoom in some more. All right. That's it. That's as far as we can go. I want to get it on the T. We're going to zoom out. And I'm loving the graphics as far as the display on it is really dope. All right, so I want that little, you know what I'm saying, that. All right, so we're gonna bring it down about right here in front of that other transient. All right, so I got that right there. All right, okay, you hear that? It's playing a little bit of this, but I really want this. I don't want none of that. So I can see that. You know what I'm saying? I want that, not the. So, so I'm gonna take that adjustment and I'm gonna make it right here. Yeah. Yeah. I just want that right there, okay? Now, we have it on note on. If I was to do one shot, I press it and let go, and it's gonna play the whole thing. Check this out. Hold on. This is my hand. I'm gonna try to do it. Hold on, let me blow my camera up for y'all so y'all can really see. I ain't lying to y'all. Look, okay, here you go. Look, let me zoom out on my camera here. All right, I'm gonna show my show my hand. All right, here we go. All right, but if I change it to note on, you'll notice. See what I'm saying? So I really had to give you like a real world example of you know what I'm saying, what you had to do for as you know what I'm saying, when you press on the button, okay? So it's kind of like a gate on, gate off type of situation or whatnot. So if you want to play one shot mode, cool, not a problem. It's gonna play the whole loop. But if you don't want to play the whole loop, that's not a problem either. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead, right click, go to the play mode, and put it on note on. One shot is gonna play the whole deal. But if you're playing with that loop, just see how I can play that hot like a hi-hat. Okay, so you can play that like a hi-hat. So if you want to, and you can see the graphical representation right here. Let me change that to a color that's easier for you guys to see. Let's put it on pink. See what I'm saying? So that's a really, really, really good feature, man. Play mode. That is the mode. You know what I'm saying? Retrigger, don't really too much worry about it, but it's play mode, man. Play mode is gonna get you where you at when you're dealing with loops in here. All right, cool deal, man. So we got that right there, right? So let's play that. Y'all see what I'm saying? So now you can take your drum loops and take them to a whole different level. Now trying to do something like this in the simpler was a bit daunting task, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on 1 second. We got a question from Cam the Kid. Do you know if the Studio VST supports third-party contact banks like the ones from Orange Street? No, I don't. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You must be talking about the Studio Linked Studio BST supports third party contact banks like the ones from Orange Street Samples. I believe not, man. I believe they have their own protocol. They have their own collections, and you can't bring anything outside of the Studio Linked sound library or sound collections. I think you can't bring anything third party into Studio. I think it's kind of like a closed protocol with their VST. So you can only use their instruments and sounds. So that would be pretty dope. But it being a cloud-based VST, I think they just have that kind of closed off. And you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like one of those situations, hey, you're paying for a product at a cheap cost. We're gonna give it to you where you only can, benefit off of what you're paying for or whatnot. So that's a good question though, man. And I think that's something they can open up a little bit, but they have it or whatnot. So, but that's a good one though, man. I wish they did just like it would be in Drum Rack. So if you don't know Cam the Kid, you can open up Drum Rack and you could take any of your contact libraries. So you could take one contact VST, drag that into a pad on Drum Rack, and you can load up anything in contact, and you could trigger it from that pad in Drum Rack. I'll give you a weird world example here pretty soon, man. Let me finish up. Stick around, man. Give me about 5 minutes, maybe even 4. All right. That comes from Friday. I got to do that on my TikTok, man. I just joined TikTok, by the way, man. I think that shit fit. I had to learn it. Like I really had to study it and everything like that, man. All right, cool. Let's get back on track, man. Cam the Kid, stick around, man. I got you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just record some bullshit and just give you a real sense of what this VST does. All right, here we go. right, cool deal. So we played that all in one little situation. All right. That's it right there. It's just gonna be just like drum rack. I mean, you're not really losing any functionality, anything that you're gonna do outside the norm when you're using drum rack in Ableton Live. Like I normally use it. You know what I'm saying? I'll load up all my drums in drum rack and then I'll expand out the view. Now, sometimes when you expand out the view in drum rack in Ableton Live, you have this, you gotta manually, and there's nothing, even the push don't have anything where you can collapse the drum rack. So in the next versions, I hope Ableton Live can add some type of function on the push or something a little bit easier or some type of keyboard shortcut where you can collapse the drum rack. And if there is a keyboard shortcut that I'm missing, somebody let me know in the comments. But for right now, I think you have to manually do that with the mouse click or whatnot, and that gets a little tiresome and it really breaks workflow. So you understand that Speedrum, when they built this VST and manufactured it, they thought about workflow, which I'm loving that or whatnot. So let me blow this this situation back up for you guys right now. All right, cool deal. So we laid that down. You will see that the MIDI clip is just like what you would do in drum rack, right? Everything is laid out there for you. The thing with this is my issue with drum rack again. There is a way you can bring out the audio. There's a way you can bring out the audio in drum rack per pad, but it's a little cumbersome. You know what I'm saying? You have to go to each track just like this. Just imagine, you know what I'm saying, this was drum rack right here and we have it expanded. Each of those little bit of tracks for the sounds for the pads on drum rack, you have to go in there and manually select that right there. It takes you a little bit of time, but check this out. When you open up Speedrum, all you have to do is go here, choose, boom. That's it. It's quicker in here to choose your output versus going here. Check this out. Check this out. You have to go here. You have to go to the doggone audio out. You have to choose the damn drum rack, and you better damn pray that you rename your damn drum rack. Choose that, and then you have a pre-effects, post-effects, and out. So you have 3 different options you could choose from, and that just confuse everybody. Just give me something that I could say output, go here. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is where drum rack kind of, I'm really getting tired of drum rack. I ain't gonna lie. So when I found out about this, I was on it ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So they make it easier to do multi outputs on there. So to get back what it was, what we were talking about, MIDI notes, we recorded, quantized it like you would on drum rack. Now we got that playing, right? We're gonna pull up the VST again. Now, all we have to do is just make our changes. This is your mixer right here. I'm gonna turn that kick up a little bit. Turn it up right there. I want to solo that. You see what I'm saying? It's super simple. And you notice how I'm moving, I'm functionality. I mean, the movement, there's no glitch. Everything is pop, 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 pop. There's no, I gotta think about what I need to do. That's why I'm fucking with this right here, man. I'm telling you, if you're a drum programmer, this thing right here, I see why they call it speed drummer. It speeds up the workflow. Analogies, man. Y'all pay attention, man. Anyway, whatnot. So that's it right there, man. There's nothing else we can talk about this. I went through the whole thing. Now, let's say, for instance, you wanted to save whatever we did today as a drum kit. All you would have to do is hit those 3 horizontal lines and save as drum kit. And we got a window somewhere. I can't find it. Where you at? Oh, there it is. All right, cool. It took a little while. That was the first hiccup. Okay. Save that drum kit wherever you at on your computer. And of course, you will have a dot speed kit. That's what they call it. A dot speed kit. SPEEDKIT. A dot speed kit file, which will be your own drum kit. So now that gives you another flexibility with this particular VST instrument. You can have your own drum kits with from your own library. So if you got like 20,000 drum one shots like I do, and you got drums back from 2008 like I do, guess what, man? You know what I'm saying? You can save, you can load up all kind of different drums, or if you're making songs and you say, man, that kit was fire right there in that song, go back to this instrument, save it as a drum kit, bada bing, bada boom. On top of that, not only will you save it as a speed kit file, which is a drum kit, you can also save the freaking instruments with it as well. So I'm assuming it will make a file and then a folder with the sounds that you have in there. This is clutch because you don't want to go back and, let's say, for instance, goddamn, you know what I'm saying, you had a hard drive, and this, I hope y'all can relate with me. You will have a hard drive. Hold on, let me talk to y'all on the big screen. Okay, cool. You will have a hard drive and it'll switch disk letters on you because you put it in another computer, right? So you have drum hard drive, disk A, but then it switches over to disk C. Now, what happens when you load, and this happens pretty much on a lot of different things, especially with Contact. When you load up that drum kit, which is going to be the speed kit file, it will probably try to read the drums from drum hard drive on that A format and not what it changed to on B, C, D, or F, G. You see what I'm saying? So you have the ability to either save the kit file because I don't know, you got the damn drums on a floppy disk. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So the best way, and my recommendation, is to save this drum kit as plus the samples that you're using in here. So you see those 3 samples? Even if you had layers on the pads, you will save those samples as well. So we hit save drum kit with the samples. We're gonna call this demo, and I'm gonna save it to the desktop. That way I can delete this whole later on, and I can see what the hell's going on as well. So we're gonna save that as demo. Hit save, give it a little bit of time, and we're gonna go and check the desktop and see what the hell's going on. All right. Cam, man. Cam said, thanks for answering the question. I've been really messing with the Studio Link VST lately, just not sure if it's a contact substitute. And I agree with you on that one, big homie. I might need to open up the wallet. Hey man, we all do, bro. Never been a huge fan of the drum samplers. I have a MIDI keyboard with pads, but just never used them. I learned FL Studio, drum tube playing in the drums, and got spoiled. Yeah, that can get a little spoiled sometime, man. But I tell you this though, the way this drum kit is set up, you can change. So let's say, for instance, you have the Akai MPK 49, you know what I'm saying, the MPD 32, MPD 16, or whatnot. This drum VST, and I'm not trying to sell this. I'm not getting paid for this shit, by the way, man. But you can change the MIDI notes from this to be mapped to your keyboard. Okay. So you don't have to have any dedicated MIDI controller to utilize this VST. So you get all these pads are MIDI mappable. So you can map the MIDI notes wherever you need to. If you got a goddamn PlayStation controller, you can control these pads with that PlayStation controller. Okay, just FYI on there, man. So you know what I'm saying. Go ahead and get that wallet, big homie. Matter of fact, man, I'm gonna show you some love, man. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, shout out your comment right there on the thing, man. You know what I'm saying? He said, thanks for answering the question, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. Right there, man. Appreciate you, man. Go ahead, open that wallet up, man. Sometimes we gotta do that, bruh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I've been opening this wallet up pretty lately. I need to stop it. Stuff like that, man. Shout out to you, Cam the Kid. Make sure you go ahead and check out his website. Check out his YouTube. I'm sorry, Cam the Kid right there. Y'all see it on the screen right there, man. Appreciate you, big homie. All right, cool deal, man. So yeah, while we was talking and everything like that, I was just giving the system time to save that little folder. Now let's go hunt for that folder that we saved. Remember, we saved it as a .speed kit plus the samples. Let's see what's going on, man. Let's go ahead and go over to the desktop and see what we got. All right, we got it right here. Looks like, oh, check this out. Okay, cool. So it saved the file separate from the folder. So we got the file here, right? Boom, at the top. You just get the speed kit file, dot speed kit. Okay. Then you get a separate situation and it's a folder. Okay. This folder houses 3 wave files minus the speed kit. Okay. I'm fucking with this because all you have to do, this is one minor drawback. I wish they could save it where everything is in one folder and you don't have to go back and, let's say, for instance, I'm going to move the speed kit file into the demo samples folder and boom. But it's got to be a catch 22 because they did this for a reason. So I'm assuming, let's say, for instance, what we have here, you know what I'm saying, if we load it up in the samples folder, it's not going to read, but we're going to put that theory to test. So I just dragged that speed kit file into the samples folder and everything is in one folder and I could pull this up at any time. This is clutch for me, man, because this is going to help me organize my drums a little bit more because there's always beats I make and it's like, man, I got to pull all of these sounds from different ways. And Ableton Live does a really good job of saving all of your samples into one session. But then, you know, you got to track all of this out. It just don't make it simple to save like your drum kit. This clutch, bro. Like, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna minimize that right there, right? Let me go back to the bigger screen. All right, cool. Now y'all see what we got, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cut this instrument out. We still got our MIDI clip, right? Check this out, y'all. We're gonna reload this instrument back in here. Stick around, Camera Kid. I got you. I got you coming. I got you coming right after this, man. I promise you. All right, so we're gonna look up Apposonic Speedrum. We're gonna drag this instrument back on the same track with the MIDI clip. You'll notice we ain't got shit up here, just a blank canvas. All right, we're gonna go ahead import or load drum kit. We can import or load drum kit. Let's go to load because import it would have already been here. Not sure what's up with that. So we're gonna go to load drum kit. We're gonna navigate where that folder was. So we'll go to desktop. We'll go to demo samples. Click on that one. Well, what do you motherfucking know? It loaded up. So it doesn't hurt if you put everything in one folder. Why they don't make it like that when you save it originally, I don't know. I ain't build the plugin. But if you drag your speed kit file in the demo samples folder or X, whatever your name folder is or your kit is, whatnot, if you put it with the samples, it'll load up just fine with no questions asked or whatnot. Now let's hit play and see if those sounds load up. And there it is. I like that, man. I like that. This is a really good view, in-depth review on this right here. I'm really digging the Speedrum VST, man. This is fire, bro. Like this changes the way I look at a drum sampler. All these years I've been making music since goddamn 2003. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the ultimate drum sampler. It was always something was there, but something was missing. Something was missing, but it was there. This has everything I've been looking for. I thought what it was, goddamn Native Instruments drum sampler. I'm having a brain fart right now. Oh shit. They got a drum machine situation, and I thought that was the answer, but it was very buggy. I think it was too bulky. It was like it's a little bit too much going on. You know what I'm saying? And I thought another one from FX Expansion, I think it's BD Drummer or something like that. It was another one that had something like that. Again, it used up a lot of PC resources. The same thing with the Native Instruments one as well. But this one right here is very light on the PC. Very, very light. And I'm loving it. It moves with it. It moves with the quickness without a problem, man. So definitely check out Speedrum. Now, Cam the Kid, if you're still on, I got you, buddy. Let's go ahead and load up a bare ass, nothing on it drum rack from Ableton Live. You'll see it right there, okay? Cool deal. Now we got this. Now this is gonna be a good example. We got this right. Let's say I wanted to put some percussion on, right? Something like that, right? All right, cool deal. So I'm gonna go look up a contact player, right? Let's find contact real quick. Here we go. I'm gonna load it up on C1 standard. Let it load up. It's got to search on the hard drive. If you got a hard drive, if you're looking for a hard drive, Black Friday right around the corner. Cause I know what I'm buying for Black Friday. A 2 terabyte SSD drive for shit like this. My contact libraries, my loops, and my drum one shots. I need them things to move with the quickness. So that's what we're getting for Black Friday. A SSD drive, a big boy. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go hunting Cam the Kid for I'm gonna go hunting for a drum library that houses one shots. I do have one. I hope you do have one. And it's from Superstar O. If you're familiar with him, let me find it right here. There it is. Superstar O. It's called Pro Drums. Pretty hot contact library. It has a lot of one shots in here. I like it. It's just that, you know what I'm saying, you have to put it on each track. And so, like, let's say for instance, you got like 12 tracks of drums. This contact library can get a little crazy on your PC resources. So I'll try to minimalize everything as I possibly can. All right, so we're gonna go to those percussion sounds like we mentioned, right? So I'm gonna drag in the African djembe. All right, now this is, you see all these keys, doesn't mean that you're going to get different sounds. No, it's just one goddamn sound throughout the red keys. So I think the blue ones ain't doing shit. I think it's the red ones that's doing shit. Let me get my keyboard situated. There it is. I had to find it on that C1. Where you at? C1. There it is. All right, so C1 right there. You'll see it's playing that first one. Now, if this was on the track itself, I can play the whole keyboard and you'll notice it's the same sound on the red keys and the blue. That's if I was playing it and put it on the track by itself, Cam. All right, cool deal. I thought you had put a comment down. All right, cool. So we have it on C1 in the drum rack, okay? You'll see it right here. The contact library right here. We're playing that. Let's hit play. All right, cool. We're gonna go ahead and record that. All right, cool. We're gonna hit stop. And you'll see our recorded material. All right, cool. We're gonna leave it like that. Now, let's say, for instance, you want to make put a little reverb on there. You got a little EQ right here. All right, let's say, for instance, you want to put a little echo on there or a lo-fi or whatnot. Got a high pass filter. Yeah. So you have this Superstar Pro anytime, big dog. Anytime, man. All right, so you got this one right here. Now, let's say, for instance, I want to do that again, right? So you want another contact library. All I'm going to do is just drag. Hold down Control, left click, drag. Boom. On the next one, you'll notice C1 down here, the next one. But check this out. We're going to go ahead and double click, bring up that contact again, and we're going to choose another sound. So let's go hunting for another percussion sound. We got a Maraca Sauce. I like that sound right there. Maraca Sauce. All right, let's see what this is. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and prep our sound real quick. I'm going to turn on the reverb and bring up a little bit of highs. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not even EQ. I thought it was. That's something else. I think that's the blend of the. Yeah, yeah. I told y'all wrong. This ain't EQ. The EQ is right here, y'all. My bad. It's right here. So we had to turn the EQ on, set your frequency, and then you turn it up. There it is. And that's an aggressive EQ, by the way. All right, cool. So we got this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and minimize that. You'll see the djembe right here. Shakers right there. Record. All right, let's go ahead and quantize this. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go ahead and quantize that just a tad bit. And now you got one drum rack. All right, cool deal. So now you have one drum rack, but you use two contact libraries. So that's the power of drum rack from Ableton Live. It'll allow you, these pads can load up anything. You can put a VST instrument on here. You can put a Ableton instrument. You can put a one shot, a loop. This is a very powerful drum rack, but this is what I was talking about earlier. This is what makes it difficult. You have to manually turn this on, turn this off. It gets stuck, you know what I'm saying? It's really vague. Then you come down here and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. I mean, audio too. You can't even, you know. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. You have to, in order to do multi-out, you have to drag this particular pad or these tracks outside of the drum rack in order to route the audio out. So you can't do it within the drum rack. I told y'all wrong. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I'm thinking backwards, forwards, and not forward, backwards. My fault. Okay, so you have to, this audio 2 right here, you have to bring that to another audio track, and then you can take the audio from there and move it wherever you need to. You can't do it while it's in the drum rack. It doesn't matter if you got a contact, one shot, loop, another VST. It doesn't matter. If it's within this drum rack, you cannot do multi-out. It's only a stereo master out. They need to change that, and they should have changed that since the goddamn 9 version, but they didn't. Okay. I mean, we in 2021, and you got little cheap ass VSTs that's outshining you on multi-out. Shame on you, Ableton. Shame on you, Ableton. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm getting a little bored and a little tired of the drum rack. Powerful instrument, but that right there is a big no. On top of that, you know what I'm saying, you got to fix this shit. I mean, this is boring as hell. And everything is over here. You got to squint. And then on top of that, if you want to add, let's say for instance, goddamn effects to it. Hold on one second, y'all. There it is. So if you want to add effects to it, you know what I'm saying, you have to hit this return button. You have to drag and drop effects in there, like reverb or something like that. And it just gets a little daunting. With Speedrum, I mean, besides reverb and delay, I mean, you get all your dynamic effects. You know what I'm saying? The most stuff that you normally use on drums is distortion, some type of bit rate, filter, compression, transient, and a little bit of velocity and humanize. You don't get the EQ in here, but guess what? If you need to route that one drum to you know what I'm saying, one track, you have the ability to. So, you know what I'm saying, most one shots, I really don't EQ or compress those a little bit. If I have to compress them, cool. But I really don't EQ drums like talking about. I think when you EQ one drums, especially drum samples that you get from someone else, you're really taking away from the drum sound anyway that it was compiled in a collection of anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You have the ability. So let's say, for instance, you need to EQ that clap, EQ that kick, do that right there. Just hit that right there, hit output 5. So check this out. Y'all remember that clap, right? We're going to do the clap. We're going to do the clap for shits and giggles. All right, we got that on output 1. I'm going to change it to output goddamn 16. Okay, I'm going to create. audio track. I'm gonna keep this up right here. I'm gonna keep it up. All right, we're gonna create an audio track. Boom. Y'all see that green track? Check this out. It's asking for audio in. It's trying to read, you know what I'm saying, my microphone. But check this out. I'm gonna go choose the top one. I'm gonna choose Speedrum, and I'm gonna choose output 16. Check this out. Y'all remember that clap? Pressing it. We're gonna go ahead and hit monitor auto. And hold on 1 second. There it is. You have to enable the record button in order to hear it. That's it. Now, if I want to EQ that, boom, not a problem. And we still have a motherfucking drum machine. So now I could take this audio track right here. I got my clap. If I need to make changes to the clap, I can make all my changes in one centralized location, and I only got audio coming here, and I can EQ that audio as I please, man. That's why I'm fucking with this for the long haul. I'm loving this right here, man. If you don't know anything about Apposonic Labs, like I didn't, I ain't know shit about them, never heard of them before, but Speedrum is where it's at right now, man. Yes, sir, man. We're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in on the back end and stuff like that. Cam the Kid, man, shout out to you, man. I'm going to go ahead and shout you out, my man. Go ahead and highlight your comment up there, man. You the only person that really interact with your boy, man. Back to you, big homie. Stuff like that, bro. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and check out Speedrum. I think it's a really, really good instrument. It has a lot to offer. It gives you 16 pads, which can be expanded to 32. How do you get there, Rich? Let's find out real quick, man. Let's see here. Let's expand it. We gonna freestyle while we expand it. It says 16 pads for the default layout under the... Yeah, I'll just fuck that freestyle up, man. But if you go to the weird, you go to the gear wheel, you'll see 16 pads, hit 32. And, oh shit, hold on a second. The default layout, 16 pads. Check this out, y'all. If you have 16 pads, not a problem. You have two banks on here, B and A. Combine them together, A and B, motherfucking B, man. So the default is basically is gonna show you 16 pads, but you can have 32. I'm so sorry about that, y'all. I'm showing y'all late, man. You'll see that. Again, that's what these letters are for. A, 16 pads. B, another 16 pads. If you need to look at everything at one time, bam, there it is. Now your effects get a little shrinked and they get put in a little, you know what I'm saying, compressed little section right here, but you have access to your distortion, your filter, your compressor, and your transient, and then also your MIDI functions for as velocity and humanize and everything like that, man. So boom, it changes right here. Boom, it changes right there. Pitch envelope, and everything stays the same for us, the pad, mixer controls, and the volume envelope as well, man. So yeah, man. AB shows all 32 pads. B shows the second set of 16, and that's our first 16 right there, man. Now let me close this bitch out like I was gonna do and stuff like that, man. Cam the Kid again, man. Appreciate you, man. Salute to you, man. Hopefully you keep doing your thing, man. And big ups to you, man. Stay creative out there and keep painting them drums, man. And stuff like that, bro. Man, salute to you and stuff like that. And everybody out there, man, salute to y'all as well, man. You can go ahead and follow me right here on this channel, Super Mario and stuff like that. Go ahead and follow, subscribe, and anytime I go live, I ain't making no pre-made videos. You can say what you want. I don't give a damn. I mean, this shit already look pre-made. It's just in the raw, man. I'd rather say and teach, show, educate in the raw than have to go back and do post editing and make it look all pretty and stuff like that. Look, man, let's just take the goddamn rock and make it a diamond. Let's just call it like that, man. So that's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I go live, man, y'all can definitely check it out. If not, check the playback, and salute to you, man. Make sure you drop a comment. If it's anything you want to add, I'll go toe to toe with you. Good or bad. nuck if you buck, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, man, and stuff like that, man. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Super Mario _producer. That's on Instagram at Super Mario _producer as well, man. And I finally got a TikTok, man. I'm starting to generate some TikTok content or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I got a funny side to me, man. So it's at Super Mario JCS, all one word, Super Mario JCS. Again, Super Mario JCS. I try to make it real simple, man. Super Mario JCS on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be doing my thing on there as well, man. Like I said, man, make sure you go check out Apposonic Sound. Excuse me, I want to say App Sounds, but Apposonic. One more time. Apposonic Labs. Apposonic Labs. APISONIC Labs. Apposonic Labs, man. Speedrum. Very good VST, man. $50 to cop. You know what I'm saying? And for $50, you get a $200 instrument. That's just me. I think this thing should be at $200, but I mean, for $50, you really can't beat. If you don't have that $50, they have a light version you can get as well, man. And it doesn't have everything, but it gives you just a little bit to give you like, yeah, I need to fuck with this right here, man. So, man, make sure y'all go check this out. Check out the demo. Do whatever you got to do, man. The light version is the demo. So, you know what I'm saying? This is a good cop, man. For real, man. We're going to be on up out of here, man. This is a little rinky-dink ass beat, man, with just only for demo. I don't make beats like that, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check out them live streams and stuff like that, man. Shout out to everybody out there. Staying creative. Stay creative, man. Music is a form of expression, man. So however you feeling, that's what your music gonna do. However you need to express yourself, that's what music does. Release some of that stress, release some of that pressure, and do your thing, man. This has been your boy Super Mario, man. We out of here, man. Enjoy y'all weekend. Peace. Stop that whack ass beat. We out.